Let's do this. It's going to be so professional. Like, so professional. Here we go. Welcome to the Live Support Podcast with your hosts, Michele and June Colson, a couple of clean comedians who support each other and others through comedy's wacky and winding roads. I hope you're ready. Get set. Let's go. Since podcasts have a catchy tune, we wrote this song for Michele and June. Clean comedians are best friends too. Oh, that's so good. And you never know what they'll say or do. Here we go, sing with me on Live Support. With Michele, who's really short. We'll have a ball. With June, who's really tall. They have fun, interviewing comedians on Live Support. With Michele, who's really short. Now it's time to start Live Support.
The Live Support Podcast is brought to you by the Hot Breath Comedy Network.
Wow, give yourself a round of applause.
Hi, y'all!
What is happening?
Hi, y'all. It's Rhonda, Colson, Corey here with my co-host and best friend, Trisha's sister, June, Colson, Corey's friend. Don't call me Shelly. Michele with one L, Van Dusen.
So what's happening here? You don't look like June at all. If you guys are watching this, this is Rhonda. What happened? Is this like a takeover? Like when June took over your show one time? What is happening? Please tell me.
No. June will be here like momentarily, but she's here in Rhode Island. I wanted to give her, the best friend treatment. I wanted to make sure that she got pampered and everything. So this morning, we had to go and get our hair done, and so I sent her to my salon, and so I got done first, and so she's going to be here momentarily, any minute. So.
Okay, so I'm just going to say that this is a Rhonda Corey moment or a Rhonda Corey moment show. I'm not really sure, but okay. So you sent her to the salon. This one right here.
Yeah. There we are. There's a picture of all of us. That's the famous Jessica Lebrecht, the hairstylist, and she is going to just make June more beautiful than she already is. So I'm so excited. She sent us a picture too of her in the chair. So we've got one of her getting ready.
This one right here.
Yes. There she is. She's so excited because she's getting ready and. Yeah, she's going to look, I can't wait to see what Jess does to her. It's going to be amazing.
This is exciting. Now, I want to know, this picture here of the three of you, this is clearly before she began?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this is the okay, so are we ready to reveal the new and the beautiful June?
Here she comes.
And
oh my goodness, she looks amazing! Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. She looks absolutely. I have never. Wow.
Do you like it?
I love it. I've never seen you looking better. I know this is a podcast, right? But for people that have access to YouTube, you guys are on YouTube. Am I correct?
We are.
Yeah.
Michele, why are you laughing, Michele?
I know. I don't understand. I think I've never seen her look better.
I feel. Is it me though? Is it me?
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's me.
Yes, I really, really do. Michelle's not going to be able to just. Oh my gosh, she did an amazing job. I can't believe it. She did a great job.
It's so crazy.
It is. It's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. You used to twin with Christy.
I did.
You used to twin with Christy Condor.
I did.
And now I think you're twinning with me. I don't know if Michelle's going to be able to recover from this.
Is this tears of joy, Michele?
I think so, because you know what it is? She's never seen you looking more gorgeous. And I mean, look at you, June. My gosh, I
think Jessica really specializes in a very specific look.
I do too. And I think she got it.
She got exactly. She brought out my inner Rhonda.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
it.
do you see these glitter earrings?
Oh my God. They're a little small, but yeah.
It's a little small. It's a little, I couldn't get the hubcap off the car to bedazzle it, so I just went with this.
I think it's amazing. I'm just looking at it and I'm in awe.
You know what I think? Because this is the Laugh Support. We talk about comedy, and what's really important is you be you on stage, right? You be you. That was me before.
Yeah.
But this is really me.
This is
Michele. Michele, you're gonna have to get it together, Michele.
I can't. I'm sorry. This is either a dream come true or the worst nightmare ever.
Really, people, you have to go and check this out. YouTube. Laugh Support's on YouTube. And if I know listening to this show is great. I listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
But this is something you need to see because I don't think you'll ever be able to unsee it.
Oh, no. So, okay, for our listeners, I basically have now the Rhonda Colson Corey look.
She
Okay.
does.
So I have been blonde since the day that I was born, but you know what? It's time to mix it up.
Folks,
It's time to mix it up. And
she's a brunette now.
I'm a brunette.
And it's her. I think it's her. And I don't know. I think I definitely think like I see it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the cup. It's the cup that you're holding while you're drinking. That's throwing me also.
This one?
Yes. Because
there's the other side. This is from Earl Music actually did this, and Mike Murray made me this cup.
And I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to get new ones. I'm gonna have to get new ones now.
Yes. Now that I've changed my hair color, so for our listeners, I would love for you guys to hop on to like YouTube and watch this later. We love that you're listening, but you need to see me as a brunette. Is this brunette or just black?
No, you're brunette.
Okay, I'm brunette.
It's like a dark.
Dark.
Now we both have the same hair color.
Yeah.
It's like a dark.
Let's take a vote and see. Should I stay brunette or stick to the blonde? We'll find out. Okay. We'll find out. Okay. Because let me tell you, Michele Van Dusen, I just did this amazing show with Rhonda Corey.
As a blonde,
I was blonde on the show, and I feel like, when you're like nothing, you couldn't have made this a better show. That's how, when you walk off and you're like, this was the best show ever. There's nothing we could have done to make it better. But I say, nay, not true. It could have been better.
Nay.
Had I been brunette.
I don't know.
Had I been brunette.
Yeah, I don't know because you broke it up a little bit because Mike has brown hair and brunette. He's a brunette, and then so you kind of you broke it up a little.
Also,
bit.
How would they have told us apart?
Right, right.
Like,
which one? Yeah, I'm kind of glad.
I have been spending a lot of time taking credit for Christy Conder's great sets on stage when people tell me how great I was, and it was actually her. So now I can take credit for your sets, Rhonda.
You guys did send me a couple of pictures of the show, so I'm gonna but here's the thing. Now I don't know whether this is June or if this is Rhonda. So I don't know who this is. Is this one June or is this one Rhonda? Like, is this Rhonda or June?
Oh, that's a great question.
Before she was blonde. Yeah, so she was blonde. So this is before.
Yes.
So this one is June. Wait, no.
That's pretty close though.
That's Mr. Mike Murray. Yeah, he did what an amazing job.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So
here we go.
There she is. There's June Colson. It should have said June Colson Corey, but it's fine for the typos. It's fine. So let's talk about
same mannerism.
Let's talk about where we were at.
Okay.
And let's get serious, Rhonda.
I am.
Well, we're getting serious now. Okay. Look at that face. Okay. Right now we're looking at a picture of June and Rhonda and Mike Murray. Oh, and so where are we at? What church are we at? And how did this unfold?
Okay, so this is the Funny Together tour. which is a clean comedy show that I designed for churches. And so what we do is a church just hosts the event.
Yes.
And it is free to host the event to the church. And Funny Together is in charge of all the ticket sales and does all that. We need the host church just to, give us their space, obviously, and a few volunteers. And that's it. We go in and we reach out to also the community, because we do sponsored ads that reach out to the community. We definitely had some people there that didn't attend Rock Church.
Yes, that's right.
Which was awesome. So so this event was at Rock Church in Plaistow, New Hampshire. The women's
Wait.
Yeah.
We weren't in Connecticut.
Okay. Can I just tell you, June, for some reason, she gets very mixed up. All right. I know Rhode Island is small.
Mhm.
I get that. Okay. And I know that she has issues with with a few things, but
That's a Rhonda Corey moment. I'm just gonna say, if not knowing where you guys are, it's a
Yeah.
Rhonda Corey
Yes.
moment.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I think actually you guys are twinning now.
Yes. Yeah.
So-
I don't know. I guess I've been
Yeah.
rubbing off on her. But yeah, she didn't know where we were. She thought we were going to Connecticut. And so, but we were in New Hampshire.
Pretty much the same thing, I think.
It's totally
Wait,
not.
No,
Wait, you guys were in Rhode Island? How
No.
far did you go? Did
We
you
went
like
all
take-
the way to Connecticut.
so
we
you
went
guys like
to
took a
New
boat?
New Hampshire. We went all the way to New Hampshire.
Did you guys take a boat from Rhode Island like over to New Hampshire? Is
It
that
would
how
have been faster.
It might have
It
been.
would have been faster.
We had a lot of traffic.
We did.
We had
Really?
a lot of traffic.
But
That-
Rhonda is a great driver.
I am a great driver.
She her little bitty legs actually reached the pedals. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never ridden in a car with Rhonda, but her feet reached the pedals.
she looks
And Mike
surprised?
Murray rode up front. I strategically placed myself in the center seat in the back because that's the safest location in a car with more metal around you. But go ahead, Rhonda. So we hit traffic going to Rock Church in New Hampshire.
in Plaistow, New Hampshire.
Mhm.
And we hit some traffic, but luckily we left very early. So
Mhm.
we got there at our designated time.
We got there at our
We got
designated time.
We got there at our designated time. I'm sorry. So we did get there at our time that we wanted to, but we didn't have time to eat
Mhm.
prior to that. But it's fine.
Wait, did they
And-
have snacks? Did you have snacks in the green room or
I
anything
didn't. That wasn't on my rider.
Okay, so this is important to know since the Funny Together tour, this is your second show, right? You need to put that on there, please, because when you end up somewhere in my area and I'm on the tour, gonna need some snacks. Okay,
Okay.
just
All right.
I don't
But
want to.
also, okay, this is laugh support. So we also like to give great tips for people. Guess what I had in my bag? Protein bar. Always. I suggest every comedian has a protein bar in their bag because you don't know what's going to happen. Traffic was crazy. We were going to eat. So there was no reason to come hauling a bunch of potato chips for me, her, and Mike, who were already riding in the car together. But I always plan for the worst. So I throw food. I got water. I
did have water.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they had water. They had put out water and the
Little Crystal Light packets. What a smart idea. So this
Ooh.
church, because you know how like when you put out water for people and that's all you put out, you always
Mhm.
get the people who are like, I hate water. I'm that person. I don't drink just
You won't
water.
be.
No.
You
Oh,
must
you know
hate
that
your
hate.
body then, because you're what 98% water, right? Is that what it's supposed to be?
Yes. And I hate my body, but they put out little packets, like the flavor packets of Crystal Light or whatever for the water. So people who got it could like flavor
Not a
some more.
sponsor. Not a sponsor.
No,
Just
no,
wanna put that out there.
Not yet, but that was just that was a nice touch by the
Yeah.
church. They said
That's
that's just
very
kind of
cool.
a thing they've been doing for a while. So I'm like, I'm going to do that probably in future events, is put out the packets of the Crystal Light for people.
I like-
So-
Okay, so actually, speaking of that tip, so having what type of snacks do you typically carry, knowing that you're going to be speaking to people, a lot of people? Do you have mints in your purse? Do you have gum? protein bar. What other types of things would be good to carry? I like dried fruit and nuts.
So sometimes I'll have, well, it depends. Like I'll have trail mix or something like that. But like before a show, typically I won't eat.
Yeah.
Before a show. So I usually do have like a protein bar or something like that. I just didn't happen to have one because I was sure we were going to go eat and we were going early.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We had plenty of time when we left. We just didn't have so much time when we got there.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, I always say gum. I think gum, one for me, it's a mental thing. Like, so I don't get dry mouth and all of that. Like I always have gum before. And then also like if I did happen to eat something, maybe I didn't have a flosser with me, but if I have gum, then it helps like keep from having any crazy chunks of something in your teeth. So yeah, I say in my purse, I always have Tylenol. I always have the little Pepto tablets, Gas X. You don't know if you do eat before, if something's going to make you sick at your stomach. So like, I'm like prepared for the worst. Yeah. And I have the protein bar and some gum and my own bottle of water. I always show up with my own bottle of water too. Cause
I have a couple. I usually have a couple bottles of water. A little thing that I do, cause you know how you do get dry mouth sometimes. I will chew gum. Usually up until the event and spit it out right before I go on stage. However, one time it did happen that I forgot to spit my gum out. And I did my whole set with like gum at the roof of my mouth. And one time I almost got caught and there was a table right there. And I said, can I just spit my gum out here? Because I was waiting to go on stage and I kind of took it and put it in there.
Oh, nice.
So that's disgusting.
That was super classy.
So that piece of gum of the famous Rhonda Corey is now on sale on eBay. The bids have gone up all the way to $11.86. So jump on there. I think there's maybe 30 days left on that piece of bubble gum. It's like, I think, right, if now people will be auctioning off locks of my hair like they did Elvis. You know what I mean? Now that I have this amazing hair. Okay, so we went to Rock Church. This was the Funny Together tour. This was free to the church. Rhonda took care of all the tickets. Like, it is a ticketed event, but the church is not having to pay to bring in Rhonda and the comedians. So she handles all of that. So we get there, we get set up, which is what's cool about, I think, a comedy show. For a church, and even speaking to Christine, who was the one who was kind of your liaison with the church and helped, afterwards, we were kind of resetting up the area that was our green room. And she was like, I had so much fun. She said, she usually does women's events. Yes. And she's working the whole time. She never gets to sit down and enjoy. And she was like, I got to just sit and laugh and like enjoy the show, which is such a benefit to people who bring in Rhonda's tour because they do. There's work beforehand and there's a little bit of cleanup afterwards. But other than that, the pastor and, the women's minister and all of those on staff at the church, unless they're running camera, lights, or sound. And even those folks, oh my gosh, the guy that I was watching running the camera and by the board, he was laughing so hard, like throughout the show. He was having a great time. So an event like this, when you bring it to somebody's church, they get to have fun too. It's not, we know when someone works at a church, they usually are working all the time with all the stuff and they got to chill out. And oh, you know what? Chewy just woke up and I think he saw me. It's okay. Mommy's coming. Chewy. Yeah. Go get it. He's at the top of the stairs and he's scared of me.
Well, I'm a little scared of you too. Just a little. I think it sounds like you guys had a great time, and I love that you got to go up there. So did you fly up to Rhode Island? Did you drive?
I did. Listen how good God is. Okay, so I flew, and I like to fly with my husband because I have no sense of direction. Obviously, I still think we're in Connecticut. I don't know where I'm at right now.
You're in Rhode Island.
Sure I am. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, whatever. So because I parked the car in the driveway. They have the funniest accents around here. It's adorable. So I flew. My husband took care of my flight for me as far as like booking it, dropped me off at the Nashville airport, and I had a connecting flight in Washington. And I was like, oh, how big is the airport in Washington, babe? And he's like, it's a little big. I had an hour to find my connecting flight, right? Really freaks me out. I'm afraid I'm going to get there. And like, if I have to get on a train and a tram and I have to read signs and figure out where I'm going, I'm so lost. But I like it when God gives you like just grace and sweet moments, they are not lost on me. He got me a window seat on each flight. So when I got there, I raised up my window, and on my ticket, like I knew when I got out of the airplane, I was going to have to find gate E59, right? E59 is where I was going. And I slide up my little window, and on the wall, you know, of the airport was the big number of what gate we were at. And we were at E57. I literally walked off the plane and there was my gate. I was like, oh. But even then my brain doesn't like, so I was like, oh my gosh, there's my gate. So I go to the bathroom, and when I'm coming back, I'm thinking, well, what if there's like 12 wings to this airport and each one has an E, and maybe I'm not at the right E. So I go over and I look, and it says that it's, what airport did I fly into?
You, you mean?
It starts with a P, Providence.
Oh, yeah, TF Green Airport.
Yeah, so it said Providence on the screen, and I was like, okay, that's where I'm going. But even still, my brain was like, nah, you could still screw this up. So then I was looking at my flight number, like, and I still was like, excuse me, ma'am, am I at the right place? And she's like, yeah, I got the flight number. And like, okay, good. So I made it, Michele. I made it. Like my husband, it's like he puts like a 6-year-old on the airplane. Like they should have to have someone escort me on and off. And
You need to have a little tag around you.
I need the guardian and snacks. Like someone who's like, it's okay, little June bug, we're gonna get you there. But I did
A little sign that says True Blonde.
You did it. You know, it's so funny because I used to feel the same way, and you know, it's. I am like that. Like I have no sense of direction. I know where I am right now. I'm in Rhode Island. I know where Connecticut is, and I know where New Hampshire is. And
well, she used to feel that way, and maybe now that I have this hair, I won't feel that way anymore. I'll be more confident in my airplane travels.
She will. Yeah. I'm sure.
I'm gonna be okay.
This is the clincher. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Wow, this is
This
was exciting to wake up to. Was the two of you together. This is so funny together. That's what I'm going to say.
Yes.
This is a funny together episode.
I have to say, Michele, that Rhonda's family has been so kind and sweet to me. They've been very accommodating and lovely. Rhonda has her son. Oh, can we say his name on camera?
Yeah.
Okay, we can say his name. I know sometimes, you know. So Alex, he was sitting at the table and we were having a conversation, and then Rhonda's like, it's so crazy you're here and you're here for so many days. And I was like, yeah, I know. When I was packing, I was like, I'm gone for 12 days. And her son was like,
12?
Wait, no, not here, Alex.
Okay.
My husband's coming in. I will leave your home. Like, I'm not going to be in your house for 12. Plus, it's hard. He was like, oh, no, it's fine. But I thought, you know, the panic that probably went through that kid. Like, this woman is going to be in my house for 12 days.
Oh, my gosh, I missed that moment.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was so sweet. And then he laughed. He was like, no, I wasn't worried. But
oh, that startled me, too. I'm like, you're there for 12 days? Like, I was like, what? They're not going to want me to visit at all after that.
I know. I'm so excited. Michele is coming to
yes,
Rhode Island.
yes.
For
I'm excited too.
Comedy show.
I'm coming to see Alex's Lego collection. That is my reasoning for the trip. Oh, and then there's some comedy that we'll be doing. Some comedy. Yeah, we'll be doing the Clean Comedy Challenge in Rhode Island. So, or is it New Hampshire? Where are we going to be? Is it?
You're going to be at the Comedy Park. Yeah. You're
Comedy Park?
Comedy Park.
In Connecticut?
It is not in Connecticut.
No? Okay.
It is in Cranston, Rhode Island.
Cranston. I knew there was a state.
That's right. If you want to say it the right way. Here, June. Cranston.
I think did we eat Cranston? We ate in Cranston.
Yeah, we ate at
Cranston.
Campanella's, which is she was June was thinking of you.
I was
because it's an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and your pale skin and your red hair always makes me think Italian. Is what I told Rhonda. It's such an Italian vibe. So
Yeah, very, very Italian. It's the inside that's all Italian. That's why I have some girth to me.
Hey. Well,
Heyo.
June, you're actually going to meet some real Italians tonight.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Ace?
No, because we're on a show. We're on a show tonight with Frank Santarelli.
Santarelli, I love it.
Santarelli.
Everyone she mentioned sounds like they could murder me. Like they know how to bury a body, and I love that kind of people. So.
Yeah,
is that why we're saying their names out loud right now?
Well, actually, he was on The Sopranos. He had a part as Paulie the bartender on The Sopranos, and so he's the real deal. Like, he is so Italian. And then John Parada. It's just I'm telling you, I cannot wait.
Oh, that's gonna be
for you
so
to be
fun.
on a John Parada show and just to meet everybody that from the Rhode Island area.
John
It's
Parada.
going to be amazing.
I feel like I'm going to be like an exhibit at the zoo that they're going to be like, what is this thing?
I think if you want to blend in, keep the hair for sure. If you want to just kind of blend in. So yeah. That's going to be fun.
But Michele, I came here knowing I was going to do the Funny Together tour. Okay. But let me tell you this, because I do want to stick to that for a second. The show itself, people came in so hyped up, so excited. Rhonda had them blasting the music. The vibe was like, we are here to party. We are here to have a great time. The crowd was lined up, ready to come in. They just were, that vibe when they're chattering and you can hear everybody talking and this is going to be a hot room, right?
Yeah.
They were an amazing crowd. This was just a fun group of people. I got to actually incorporate the local fire department because I do bits about catching my hair on fire, and I got to meet some local firefighters and kind of incorporate that. But everybody was along for the ride from the second I got up there to Mike Murray. I've never seen Mike Murray perform before, and I'm telling you that he is that dude that your stomach is aching. I was glad the fire department was there because I thought someone may need to be resuscitated if he didn't calm down a little bit, because his material is just so unique to him and super fun. And Rhonda comes up and she just brings it home. They loved everything that she did. The camera guy in the back was I was watching him watching her. You know how you do when your friends are up and you're having a great time watching them. And they loved Rhonda. They loved the show. People coming out in the lobby, if they're all leaving and quiet and done, you're oh, great. Mm-hmm. Everyone wanted to stop and talk to the comedians, talk to each other, hug, laugh. It was date night for a lot of people. The pastor, he, I guess in this area, I'd never heard of this before. And I was talking to my husband about it. They allow them to do a restoration period. So after so many years, I'm just going to make up a number because I don't know exactly how it works. But my understanding was let's say after every 7 years, they get 8 weeks of restoration where someone else fills in and they have time to step back and have time for themselves, their family, whatever. That's brilliant. Mm-hmm. I think everybody should do that.
I think every job in a way.
Yeah. But the pastor, he was on his restoration period, but he came with his wife,
which is unbelievable because usually if they're taking a sabbatical, they will just totally remove themselves. Mm-hmm. But he came. I was
and had a blast.
For them to show up, that is a huge deal.
Yeah.
And that they had a good time. So that's even better.
An amazing time.
Oh yeah. This wasn't and you've been at these type of shows, Michele, where people come up and they're oh my gosh, I needed this so bad. And people saying, oh, one person said this refreshed me. Being here was refreshing. And they just had an amazing time. Do we want to talk about the green room?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
I think it would be kind of fun.
Okay.
Talk about the green room.
So about one of the only hiccups. Let me flip my hair back. Excuse me. About the only hiccups that happened was like just moments before the show started, the green room door, the back door opened.
And who walked in?
And there was this very handsome elderly gentleman who looked around the green room. And the green room, basically, we had stripped it of all the tables because that was like what they wanted us to put the water and merch and, you know, all that stuff on. So it had 4 tables. It was down to 1. You've been in a green room with me before, right? Like when I get ready right before the show,
all your stuff
everywhere so I can see it all. The room is trashed. There's 1 table left. Chairs are like slid around, you know, and this elderly gentleman is like, "What is going on?" And I was like, "Hi."
So I said, and I'm like, you know, now I'm in show mood and I'm producing the show, so it's even like a level higher than you're just performing. I mean, you're already heightened when you're performing, but now it's like I'm producing this show, so I have to make sure everything's in place, right?
And who is this guy in my green room?
He walks in and he says, "What is going on here?" And I said, It's a comedy show. It's the comedy show." And then June,
I knew like this dude, he is not happy with us being in this space. And Rhonda was standing there. So I just kind of, you know how you are with a friend. I just kind of stepped in between and I go, "Well, hey, y'all." And they were like, and so this gentleman comes in, another gentleman comes in behind him. He's got a beautiful walking cane, like carved walking cane, a veteran ball cap on, and his brows were kind of like, "What's happening?"
he was little curmudgeon,
a little curmudgeon. And so he goes, "This is for our men's Bible study. We had this room reserved." And I was like, "Oh, well, what chapter are you studying?" And I said, "I'm sure we can find somebody because I ain't from around here, but I'll find somebody to help you out." And he goes, "We're studying Daniel." Look, of course, he didn't sound like me. He said, "We're studying Daniel." And I go, "Oh, is there like verses in Daniel about being patient with random comedians who took over your Bible study?"
Wow.
They didn't love me, is what I'm saying. That was the only people I felt weren't in love with me. They worked it out. They found another place for the gentleman, but like just this moment, because you know that's how it happens. It's right before you're getting ready to go on stage.
I'm talking minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Minutes. Yeah.
No, I want to say she was like, "Okay, guys, we got 4 minutes till we get started." And then the door opens. Like, "What are you doing in our Bible study room?" You know? And like, as people would come in, the one gentleman was like, "They took our room." They took our room, and he just kind of said,
"I hope they came down afterwards and watched."
That's what
I know.
Yeah, and even like, and even the person from the church was like, "Look, we can't work it out. I'll foot your ticket. Like, you can go to the show," because I think they needed a giggle.
They needed a couple of giggles,
but they weren't going to laugh at me. That's for sure. I was already not making friends.
Yeah,
but I deflected so Rhonda could just move on. I found the lady who like, you know, was the liaison. She came in, talked to him. She's like, no, you know, I sent an email out. And they're like, "We didn't know." And
well, that's that right there. That's the problem.
That was the problem.
The carrier pigeon is still en route.
Right.
It'll get there in a minute.
It'll be there. So that happened. But yeah, so I came knowing that I'm going to do this amazing show with my friend. It was everything that you could absolutely wish for. It was so much fun. You go back, you know, that night and your brain's going through everything and you're just like, what a blessing. This was amazing. And then I get to do this show tonight with Rhonda. I'm going to do a little guest set, hop on, do a little something. But what's exciting is I get to meet her friends, right? I knew I was doing 2 shows, but Rhonda, tell Van Dusen about show number 3.
Okay, so I get this random call, and this woman found me on the internet because that's where all the people find me. And she wants to know if I can do a birthday party for her 95-year-old mom on Sunday. And I know that I can find somebody to do this show, you know, and she's talking about it. And she says, she said, "You know what? I really wanted it to be fun. So I wanted to hire a comedian and, you know, and I told my sister And my sister said, what the bleep do you want to do that for?
So let's settle there for a second. So it's an elderly woman who has already revealed that her at least one person in her family does not want a comedian. And Rhonda says what?
And I said, you know what, let me see what I can do. She goes, well, maybe you could do it. I said, you know what, let me see what I can do, because I figured I'll call around and I'll call you back. And so then I started thinking about it. I was like, June, we should just do this.
And she was so sweet. She was like, is it a baby, hun? We can get you a babysitter.
Oh, right.
She offered childcare for Rhonda.
She did.
So Alex has a date.
June remembers details and I don't, and that was one of the greatest details of the story.
She was going to get Rhonda.
She was going to solve the problem of me coming there. Yeah. What is it? Is it that you have a child, a small baby? A baby. Everyone knows I'm 50. So ish.
Me too.
Ish. And that I can't have babies anymore, but she was willing to find a provider for me. Like, if I did have a baby, of course, the first thing I would do was, hey, can you find someone to watch? Here's my kid. Please find anyone, just someone maybe off the street to watch my child, because isn't that exactly what you do with your child?
She also wanted an hour of
an
comedy.
hour. Yeah, she would like an hour. I said,
unexpected comedy.
Yes.
And also unwelcome.
And she's 95.
No,
no.
Mother's 95.
Yeah, but she's not a whole hour, 95.
Right.
No.
So I explained to her before I said, you're not going to want an hour. That is way too much. I would suggest 25 to 30 minutes tops, 30 minutes tops, because people are they're not going to last that long, to be honest. I hope not. I'm not talking about the 95-year-old. That
would be inappropriate. But maybe a good joke. Oh, and by the way, she also shared with Rhonda some joke ideas that she could use as well. So that was fun.
Her mother's all Polish, and she suggested that
we could do Polish jokes at her
mother's expense.
Yes,
because who doesn't want someone making fun of their nationality on their birthday
with my accent? Yeah. Let's do that.
Go over.
Yeah, it was fun. Okay, so Rhonda, we're gonna let you know she doesn't have a baby and that an hour is not a good idea. And let me see what I can find out for you. And I'll call you back. Rhonda tells her, I'll call you back and let you know if I can find someone. So she hangs up, she giggles, she comes into my room and goes, let's do it. It's gonna be so much fun. And I'm like, really, Rhonda? Really, Rhonda? Really? Yeah. So, are we going to do it? Yes, we're going to do it.
Michele, we're doing it.
We're now doing a birthday party at a restaurant. She wanted us to do the party while they were eating, like do comedy while they're eating.
I told her no.
Rhonda explained to her we can't do that. So we're now booked after church tomorrow for a lunch date for a 90-year-old's birthday party. 95, excuse me. I'll get that.
95.
How do you deal with this? It itches my nose.
Wow.
So we're doing, we're now doing another birthday, or we're doing another show.
Are you gonna go dressed as twins? Because you need to. Like, that would be brilliant.
We don't want to throw them off. They're already going to be thrown off.
Yeah, it is. And like there's things happening to my scalp right now that I've never felt before. So I'm gonna have to wrap up this interview. I'm gonna say an adjustment. It's it's a lot. So
it's tough being me, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So now we're gonna do the birthday party. So
I love it. Okay, so let me ask you a couple of questions, June. So you're going to be there till Sunday, and then where are you headed from there? Because are you staying in Rhode Island?
Well, I'm staying through Sunday night, and then my husband flies in. He gets into Boston at like 1:30. Boston. He'll be in Boston about 1:30. He'll park his car, and then he'll get on the parkway, and
that was good.
He'll head to pick me up. I don't know. And so he's coming to pick me up on Monday. And then we're going to go to Newport, Rhode Island. We're going to go to Boston. We're going to go to a Red Sox game. We're going to just like explore. We're going to spend about 6 days here in this area. And, you know, we're going to find a good place for some lemonade and wieners. This lady last night was like, the wieners over in and there's wiener signs everywhere.
Hot
and
wieners.
Kind of hot wieners.
Hot wieners are a thing in Rhode Island.
Yes.
Hot wieners.
And so, yeah. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to find some wieners and some lemonade and some lobster.
It's Dell's lemonade.
Dell's lemonade, some lobster rolls. I'm going to eat some lobsters. And yeah. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. You okay, Michele?
No, let's wrap this up.
You asked the question.
She can't hold it together.
Michele, is it the hot wieners? But hey, okay, for our listeners, Michelle's removed herself from the conversation. She's just, look at us together.
Oh my gosh,
guys, listen. Okay.
It's just, why do you keep doing the lip thing?
Because you have such a skinny little face and I have a big fat face.
She keeps doing
so I
like
suck
this.
in my jaws like a fish.
She keeps doing the fish face, and it's like, remember
That's
when
more
that
like
was a
you,
trend?
though.
When
You
that
got
was
it?
a trend?
This is more like you. You got it?
I don't say you got it. Like, I don't say it like
you
that.
do say it like
No,
that.
I
You
don't.
say you got it.
I don't.
And you say caw. And you say
Sometimes.
lobster.
Sometimes if I'm not thinking. I say lobster and car.
She says
That's right.
lobster and gut.
Okay, so let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap this up. Okay, folks, listen. If you want to book Rhonda Corey and her Funny Together tour, Rhonda, what can we do?
All you have to do is go to funnytogethertour.com and click on I think there's a page you can click on contact and you can fill out the information there. There's only a few little lines, and I will get back to you. So
yeah, and that's the thing about the like churches and stuff. Just know that it is at no cost to you. Rhonda handles all of the ticketing. And she has a plethora of comedians that are all over the country. They're all award-winning, headlining, just amazing comedians. It's a quality show. And I just had a great time. It was an honor to be on the show. It was an honor to have Jessica do my hair and make me look amazing. Shout out to Jessica.
Wait until Michele gets here. Maybe we'll do Michelle's hair.
Michele, when you come, are you going to go see Jessica?
Sure. I'll go see Jessica.
She's gorgeous. The girl is gorgeous. She's fantastic. I love Jessica. My favorite quote from Jessica as she was doing my hair was like, she said, well, sweetie, do you even own a curling iron? How good. That was my favorite statement because let me explain. Because I was sharing how like low maintenance I am, right? And like I came in with my hair just straightened in a ponytail, whatever. So it was a fair question. It is a fair question. Sometimes after I do my hair, people ask me that, sweetie, do you even own a curling iron?
She thought you owned the ones that you twisted.
Oh yeah, I don't know. But anyway, check out Funny Together Tour. Go to the website to see all the amazing comedians that have come on board with Rhonda for these fantastic shows. So yeah, and listen, okay, so if you are listening to the Laugh Sport podcast, we want you to check us out on YouTube as well. Come see how fabulous my hair is, how gorgeous I am. And if you are watching us and you want to listen again, hey, listen, you can listen on all the major podcast platforms. And we want you, all we're asking you to do, we don't ask for much. Go like our social medias, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, and let us know how you like the show or if there's a guest you would love for us to have. Or I would love for you guys to vote on whether I stay brunette or I go back blonde. Let's decide together. Look at us. All right, Michele, is that it? That's going to be it for this episode of the Laugh Support Podcast. As I always say, Jesus and Junebug Colson Corey Lobster roll hot wiener loves ya.
Rhonda, you got something to say? You gotta.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Rhonda and Chewy love you too.
All right, you guys. A couple of things I just want to say. I want to give a little shout out to our new listeners out in Bosnia. So hello. I don't know actually how to say hello in Bosnia, but I want to give a shout out to you guys. So thanks for listening. And did you guys know that Rhode Island has 2 capitals? Yep, an R and an I. Thanks for listening. That's another Mom's Moment with Michele. See ya.